Yeah, I mean, I didn't think about it when it was like Rin's adventure. It's like, what the hell? I don't remember who Rin was, but yeah, who's the biggest threat to children in the Grail War? Hey everybody, welcome back to another Stoneface Reactions. I'm Theta, this is Justin, and we are back with another episode of Fate Zero. Um, Before we get into your recap, which is usually what we start with, here's a link.
Oh, snap.
Let's see, do I have it ready for the overlay? Should be. There we go. While we were discussing what was going on last episode, or at the end of last episode, I was deleting the lines for whatever happened in that episode, so this should be entirely clear for you up to episode 9, last episode. So, the people, the relationships, the connections. It's funny. I think it was only right up until episode 9 that I had forgotten all of these people were like related, or specifically that this guy was was their dad and this woman's wife, because I had known them as attached to this guy the whole fucking time. So
Fair
it
enough.
implies that the guy who's in charge of Berserker, which I guess I've given that all the way there. I forgot to delete that. Yes, I too thought he was Lancelot the whole time. I've been gaslighting you.
Yeah.
I don't remember why though as Lancelot, but I think we came up with that back in our previous watching. So me keep hopefully I'm not getting like hatred in the comments leading up to this. Why the fuck are you telling him it's not Lancelot? We know you think he's Lancelot too. I'll be fair. Only in watching it with you that I put together that Lancer is Lancelot from a different mythos. I literally just had that revelation.
Yeah.
But yeah, no. Our guy here who controls Berserker is friends with and trying to actively save this dude's daughter. And these two never have spoken in the entire fucking show to one another. I don't even know if this guy understands that this guy exists.
Which is going to be an impactful moment, to say the least.
But yeah, a girl who forcibly got not kidnapped, adopted by this dude, who's this
Yep.
dude's dad, which I actually now I'm just realizing I have a white line because they've got a weird relationship, but that should be blue because they are related.
Yep.
And I don't know, should this white line be a blue line? Technically, he adopted
No.
her, so technically she has his last name. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna blue line it. I know you just said no, but technically, legally, they are
Okay.
related.
Legally, yes.
But she also has the blue line because technically, genetically, she is this woman's daughter.
In a true legal sense, that is the case.
And my previous thing was I was thinking that this girl here might have been the Grail vessel. But again, she's in Germany, so clearly not.
Yeah.
Any connections you think I've missed or seem off to you?
Um, the only thing I would say would be a green connection between Saber and Lancer.
Oh, it's currently a white line right now. That one right there.
Yeah, okay, I accept the question.
Well, it because we understand that they're going to have to fight and kill one another at some point.
True.
I mean, they're. I don't know. White lanes also represent. I don't know what the fucking these people have a connection, and I don't understand it. I think it was Flay and Kira in Gundam Seed, for example, was white for the longest time.
Yeah.
Obviously, Ryder has a friendship with the old people. That's what that green line here represents.
Of course. Absolutely.
And this ally triangle here. But yeah, no, I really messed up. Like I said, I think it was just episode 9 last
I
time that
would
I
put
realized
it.
that this guy was them.
I would put these greens, like this green here, to questionable because I don't know if he's his ally.
That was what episode 1 was about.
I know that's the case. I know that he is his ally.
So I say it again. I don't think I'm following you.
So in this triangle, right? This is a clear familial relation. This makes sense. This makes sense. They are very clear allies, and this situation has been planned out. I don't know if he is his ally. I know that he is his ally.
I
I don't
think
know
it's
about him.
clear that they are. He does everything he tells him to, and he was. I'm saying groomed.
He
I
does
was.
everything that he tells him to. We haven't seen
Do I have this
requests
backwards?
back.
Am I hearing you backwards every time? You're saying that he may not be his ally.
Correct.
I think he is only in like a master servant relationship. Like he
It,
regards Kiri in the same, or could I mean, in the same way that he regards Gilgamesh, somebody who's there to
that
take his orders.
that I would agree with. Okay.
Because I get the sense that when if it was like, okay, it's Gilgamesh and Assassin, time to die, Assassin, and then this guy would be like, okay, whatever, I don't care. I wasn't in the Grail War for anything really anyway. Now we know that that relationship is changing. Not the relationship. We know that he seems to be changing because Gilgamesh is like in his head,
Yes.
but that hasn't come to anything yet. I don't think.
1,000,000%.
Which would then imply that I should have some.
We're on a similar page for that.
So
So
I think you've
that
actually made me have to make a line that I don't have here. Damn it! I did the arrow one. No, no, it's white on white for me. It's hard to see. That's also way thicker than all the other lines, isn't it? There we go. We don't know what they're up to, but they have spent time talking to each other.
indeed.
All right. Anything else?
Off the board, no.
All right. Then I guess it's time for you to go ahead and go into your recap.
Okay. So the things that stand out for me in the recap are all of the moments with Waver and Ryder, the alchemy going in the tunnels to find the horror scene that is the remnants. There's a fun time. They vowed to take care of Castor. In addition to that, you had Saber being basically left to protect Irisvale, while Kitsuru is going to go after Kaneth, and we had Sola take by force the mark from Kaneth to be the new representative for Lancer, even though Lancer is still acting on behalf of Kaneth because of honor.
Yeah, that's why she get the outside green line directly to Lancer, and now a new white line between her and what I thought was her husband. But what she said last episode implies that she might just be the fiance, not married.
I think it's fiance.
Yeah, she
Not
said
yeah.
will be married into the Archibald family. So you're not married. So maybe the blue line shouldn't be there. I mean, it would be a blue line if they were married, do we want to say now that we're going to start using blue lines for proposals?
I think at that point, I'm cool with the blue line for a proposal.
All right, just to make it weirder if we get even more complicated relationships down the road. Like right now, it's a white line. She broke his hand, maybe cut his hand, broke his finger. I meant
You know what?
maybe cut his hand off.
Actually, I would put her as a white line.
I mean, should we get rid of the blue line? Is what I'm asking.
I say yes.
Because that, they're not married yet, and I think he has all the reasons to call it off.
He has all the reasons to call it off. Plus, there's going to be complications because of the thing with the mole, which will just compound that.
Right. Also, I don't know if I said it out loud or not, but maybe she doesn't have the command spell either. I mean, we saw it on her hand, but I mean, kids get water tattoos all the time.
Oh.
What if she just tried to fake out Lancer? Lancer would be the one to know. She says, I'm also the one giving you your mana now. And Lancer's not like, oh, that's why it tasted different. He's not like saying anything.
That's possibly very interesting.
And she's a healer, so making your skin change color has got to be like low on the totem pole of magic.
Possibly.
And we know illusions are real because he did that with the gunfight 2 episodes back.
Very interesting. If that turns into a thing, I like it.
Of course you do. It all revolves around Lancer, and that's your dude. It's more Lancer story if it's true.
I like it because it's a dirty move.
Well, I mean, the alternative is she did cut his hand off, or he suddenly backed down. And it doesn't feel like he would back down because he's like, okay, I've had everything taken away from me, but fuck you. I'm not giving away my command spell.
No, because the look on his face was like, you can torture me. So, like, torture, you can only hold it so long unless you've been properly trained for torture. We don't know if he has. There's a chance he gave it over willingly.
She broke his finger, like, horribly. Not like snap.
Finger.
Yeah, but he didn't, like, respond at all.
He looked horrified.
Oh, yeah, no, he looked horrified, but I mean, he didn't respond. I would have screamed. I like to think that I'm a little bit manlier than some people, but I mean, he fucking break my finger right in front of me, and she did it slow, so he felt it. And then went immediately to, okay, if you're not gonna do it, I guess I can cut your arm off.
Yeah, so that was basically her showing that she's not afraid to do whatever it takes to get it.
My point being, just to cut it off here, is if the options are it's Kaneth just laying fine strapped to a bed because he acquiesced, or Kaneth bleeding out of a bloody stumped Kaneth, the Kaneth that I imagine we've seen so far, I would prefer to see bloody stump Kaneth. Or I guess there's a third option where it is an illusion and he's fine in the bed too, but I would prefer the Kaneth who didn't give it up and had to be like miseried into it.
I'm open for either, but I see the value in that Kaneth.
Well, I'm not saying there's value in that character. I don't like Kaneth. I'm just saying
I mean within the story and what they could do to tell it.
Well, I'm talking more about character consistency. There's a consistency to the attitude Kaneth has, and I feel like it would be disingenuous to say he just gave up. That doesn't feel like him. He's the man who just got in a 2-episode fight with a guy who was shooting at him with guns.
True, but like yeah, we'll see.
All right. Well, anything else?
No, I'm good.
All right. Well, I guess with that said, let's go ahead and get into it.
But before we get started,
make sure that you hit the like button,
hit that subscribe button,
comment down below to feed that algorithm.
On top of all that, if you want to watch more shows like this, unfiltered,
uncensored,
and uncut,
as well as some early access stuff.
You can check it out over on the Patreon.
It's just $5 a month, but hey, no pressure.
There's zero pressure in order to do that. It's just a little bit of extra support, and it would be greatly appreciated. Okay.
I will say this will be technically the third time I will have seen this episode.
Got it.
When I do solo reactions, I watch an episode, I react to it off the cuff. Then I watch it a second time when I'm doing it solo and taking notes. So,
Got it. So it seems like we might be No, never mind.
what were you thinking?
Thought we might be getting an answer on how the on if the mark was actually stolen.
Oh yeah, not even the right hair color.
It was before I saw the hair. Before it got to the hair.
I don't think we've ever seen her wear little skirts either.
We haven't.
Sola. Like I said, I had to be reminded that these two were related.
Uh-huh.
Well, because in my little chart there on the board, I put them all under that guy because in the first episode, he goes out of his way to talk to them, hey, it's been a long time. Here's some gifts for the kids. Rin runs up to him. It's like, oh, okay. That's the relationship. Now, to be fair, Rin is also in the scenes in the house right there in the opening. That's why I felt like a real dumbass 9 episodes in. Oh, wait! These characters that are in the opening of the show are related to one another. We just don't spend time with the kids, so kind of forgot. Beyond being that one other character's motivation.
I wonder if we are going to see the death of one of the servants in this first season.
I don't know. Obviously, I have no idea. Arguably, I would have thought that we...
If we don't,
Oh yeah, no, someone's definitely going to win the war, which means that 7 of them are going to die. So, it's not going to be a...
But it said season 1, season 2.
Yeah. I mean, by the end of the second season, there's not going to be another Fate Zero season.
That's what I...
Because Fate Zero is kind of like a prequel story, because Fate Stay Night is the main Fate story, as I understand it.
Got it. I just see how we get to a winner in episodes.
Sorry, say again?
I don't see how we get to a winner of this war in 4 episodes.
No, that's why I said season 2 would be the same story. It would be the same war still, I assume.
Got it.
Because that's what I was saying before, I don't see us getting there. That's why I was saying your complicated proposition for a story for Kotamine, I don't think that we can fit that in 3 episodes. That's why, so it's more like consider Fate Zero to be 24 episodes instead of 12.
魔力は自分の体に跳ね返ってきてしまう。加えすぎた力、誤った形は自分だけでなく周りにも害を与える。常に正しい流れを心がけなさい。それが遠坂家の家訓である。常に余裕を持って優が垂れということだ。
琴音もああいう時は黙ってちゃダメよ。
Sorry, the person in me that watched Spy X Family would say elegante.
りんちゃんはすごいね。あんなにはっきり言えて。そんなことないわよ。普通っていうか当然っていうか。そう、当然なのだ。
Yeah, it's cool.
And not so much as a spoiler to anything, but evidently this is just a truth that, I mean...
お父様、も
Rin is apparently a big character in Fate Stay Night.
そうだ
So
これは今のリンには難しい
I
かもし
wouldn't.
れ
That doesn't surprise me.
I just mean as an element of
ないリンが毎日努力すれば
the carryover of the shows. Apparently, Fate Zero is first chronologically,
お前
but
は
came
父
out
さんの娘
after
なのだ
Fate Stay Night.
So it's first chronologically, yet it's for the 4th Grail War.
Right. So I guess like maybe games have earlier Grail Wars in them, but anime-wise, we start with the 4th Grail War, and we're gonna be moving forwards.
Got it.
The 7 timetables. Elementary School Japanese Dictionary. I also know nothing about Fate Stay Night, so literally, I think somebody
Yeah.
in a comment once said that Rin was like a main person in it or something.
It makes sense being connected to the family she is, especially if part of her thing is trying to
聖杯戦争が始
do
ま
it
っ
for
た
a
ら
good reason
ここ
when
冬木市
coming from where she
は安全
does.
とは言えなくなる
私、お父様が聖杯戦争に勝つのを手伝いたい。
リン、お父様を困らせてはダメよ。
私たちは邪魔なの？
そうではない今回はいつも以上に万全を期した状態で戦う
It's also the
それには
aspect that we never really
リ
see
ンたちの
much
身の安全も確保するということも含まれているそのためにリンたちは
of this
冬
guy.
木市でないところにいた方がいい
Yeah.
So seeing has been like the political mastermind pulling the strings behind everybody, and then suddenly he's just like a good dad too. All of a sudden,
そうよ。まだちゃんと教わってないだけだもの。
Yeah, like
それなら自分で勉強すればいいのよ。
he wants to protect his family, so he sends them outside the purview of the Grail War.
全然わか
it
んない。
makes me think
何を？
that he's the type who is willing to do whatever it takes to achieve peace, thus making him more of a warlord.
Du, wer die Tür geöffnet hat, wird Freunde sein. Für die Aussage, nimm ihn an. Wir werden in meinen Vater. Sind deine Hände klein.
I paused on this scene so many times trying to figure it out.
リン
Jede Hand ist
大丈夫か リンにはまだこの本は早いなこの
I
世界
even
に
have
は時と
a
して
note here
それ自体が魔力を
that the guy, the German voice says, "You who opened the door will be friends." And my note is that the closest thing I could find aligns to Revelations 3:20.
普段は何の反応もし
Look, I stand at the door and
近
knock.
くに魔力の痕跡
If
がある
you hear my voice and open the door, I will come in and I will share a meal together as friends.
はい。
But somehow I don't think she was summoning Jesus.
こんな具合だそしてさっきの本はこういう反応をする者はまだリンの手には負えないから気をつけ
Interesting
る
question then.
これはリンにあげよう
If
少
Jesus
し
were
早い
to be
誕生日プレゼントだ
what role do you think he would
お
fill?
父様。
聖杯戦争が終わったらもっと本格的な宝石魔術をやってみるとしよ
Or what role would you want him to fill?
I'm gonna cast her, right?
やがて
It's a
I
miracle,
would want
but a
him
spell,
to
right?
be. I would want him to kind of be the Lancelot of his.
Oh, no, sorry,
turn
I've got the
into
answer.
Berserker.
I've got the answer that's gonna make you happy.
また自習だっ
Berserker,
て。
of course.
I would want to see him turned into
今朝の
Berserker.
ニュースも
He's
誘
your
拐事件だっ
Merlin
た
thing,
ぜ。
obviously.
As much as I think
Also here,
Caster
the
would be
real
the
threat-
natural role.
The real threat to the kids, by the way.
会議やってるね。
In case you missed that news thing that just popped
始め
up.
なきゃいけない。なんで？誘拐子供ばっか誘拐
Ah,
されてる。
got it.
ねえね
Well, obviously, to the Rin, the child in the show, who's the biggest threat in the Grail
Yeah.
War right now.
らしいですよ。状態よっぽどなんです
Yeah.
かね。
And the friend who's been picked on that had to get helped with their schoolwork the whole episode.
Oh, go no, no, don't. I didn't think about this.
ピーッとなった後にメッセージをお願いします。
Yeah, I mean, I didn't think about it when it was like Rin's adventure. It's like, what the hell? I don't remember who Rin was, but yeah, who's the biggest threat to children in the Grail War? Like, we literally just covered it last episode when we saw all the dead bodies.
ことね。
This is how we're gonna pull what's his face out of the shadows.
You know, it's funny. I know who you're talking about, but that's literally not descriptive at all. Like, say, what, assassin?
I know.
Berserker, technically,
Not
too?
assassin.
全然違う。
No. The master of Gilgamesh.
Oh, you're going in reverse.
何これ。
I thought you meant Caster.
こんな反応見たことない。
No.
Because Caster's currently hiding away in the
ここら
shadows.
中に魔力の痕跡があるってい
Yeah,
うの。
Oh, obviously Caster's gonna come in, they're gonna kill blah blah
こと
blah.
ねを探さな
Or
くちゃ。
she's gonna find them. But
Yeah,
I mean like
but you meant her dad.
overall, like into the story. Because so far her dad's been watching the story. I think this was gonna pull him into it.
Well, I mean, technically, he has like a magic loom writing device that's telling him what's happening too, and then he tells Kodamine what to do about that. He's basically the land of the story from Firin.
Yes.
Why'd you even smell it? You knew what it was when you turned around the corner.
It's trash.
こんな時間に子供連れ。
Oh yeah, that's trash, alright.
何今の。
Shut up, kid.
やば。
I mean, he was literally just on this road. The cops are doing
Maybe
a bad
tell
job.
the police what you saw?
Well, you have the problem of believability of kids, and she's out on her own, too.
二人。
Yeah.
子供が増えてた。どうして。ダメじゃない。なんで隠れちゃうのよ。こんなんじゃ何にもできない。
Well, it's also flashing, which indicates it's a higher magic than she can handle. Or it was a second
Yes.
ago. Also, the cop car went past, and then Ryunosuke is walking behind the cop car. This kid is kidnapping all these other kids because he's just walking behind the cops.
Yeah, that's messed up.
I guess the magic is way too strong.
Get the fuck out of there.
By the way, this is considered an adventure, according to the title.
No, yeah, suppose so. Next time someone asks me to go on an adventure, I'm gonna vehemently say no.
And that's why you're no longer in the campaign.
誰もいない。
Not true.
ちょっと。ことね。ことね。ことね。何かされてる。
No, you should go. Too late.
I mean, not in the sewer base, though. That's already a bonus.
あれどうしたの迷子
Not
か
one of the
な
dead ones.
Yeah.
ちょうどいいや今から俺らパーティー始めるとこなんだよねでもまだ人手不足でさ君も手伝ってくんないほらこういうのってみんないた方が盛り上がるじゃん
何今の。
逃げるなよ
あのブレスレットでみんなを。
Yeah, they were staring at it while holding his hand.
Yep.
壊さなきゃ。
The problems you avoid by wearing steel-toe boots.
なんだやっぱり手伝ってくれんじゃん
Huh? There we go.
The whole front start of the episode was about.
He's gonna destroy it.
魔力を一度に注入しすぎたんだ
I mean, it's implying that the mana that she's putting out is equal to or more than the bracelet.
Yep.
ちゃん。何泣いている暇なんかないわよ。逃げるの。
おい待てあじゃあ旦那に怒られるかな
Conversely, he did drop a thing of glasses on his foot, implying there was broken glass all over the place. Could have stabbed him to death right there. Would have been done.
Yeah.
Not gonna blame a kid for not thinking about that, or you know, anything, but coulda.
やったよ、お父様。あ、何？
Here's gonna be the messed up part.
こういう反応をする者はまだリンの手には負えないから気をつけるように
I like that.
にあの子まさか冬木に行ったなんて
リンちゃんは大丈夫寝てるだけだ
I don't think I put together what happened for the first time, but I understand now.
There's too many Lancelot-like figures in this
どう
story.
してあなたがここに
Yeah, I guess he kind of is one too.
その顔
Implying that that's how that story is gonna finish. I don't consider them to have that kind of relationship, but now that I've seen there's two Lancelots in this, why not a third?
でもさくらちゃんは大丈夫こんなことになる前に俺がきっと救い出す造剣が欲しいのは聖杯だけだ俺がそれを勝ち取ればさくらちゃんを解放するとあいつはそう約束した
聖杯ですって
ああ心配ないよ俺のサーバントは最強なんだ誰にも負けるはずはない
I don't think he understands that her husband is in it.
辛い攻めくにしかならない
Correct.
だからあの子の代わりに祈ってくれ俺の勝利をさくらちゃんの未来を
カリア君あ あなたは。
いつかきっとこの公園でまた昔みたいにみんなで遊べる日が来るから。
Like the first episode. Well,
元の
yeah,
姉妹に戻って。
no. She
だから
wasn't there
葵さん
because she'd already been taken by
あなたは
Matao.
もう泣かなくていい。
カリア君、あなたは死ぬ気なの。時臣を殺した。
Leaving you with literally
お
nobody.
母様
But your
Yeah.
kids.
もう心配したんだから。
I actually have a theory of something that I'll go into after this.
のご内儀とご息女、このまま放置でよろしいか。構わない。引き続きバーサーカーのマスターを監視するように。承知。
So the thing I didn't understand the first time I saw, is I knew that he saved Rin,
小さなことだけど
or he appeared before Rin and said that he was watching over her. I didn't notice Castor's like slug
途中で
thing
気絶しちゃうなんて
fall from the
私
from
は
the
まだま
rooftops
だってこ
before.
とだ
Ah,
I thought that was just one of the other bugs that that guy had.
私には時間もたっぷりあるわ
So
け
it
だ
implies
し
that Castor went after
い
her
つか遠坂の魔術師として戦う
after she
時が
got away.
そんな時がいつ来てもいいように努力を怠らずお父様の教えを守りその時できることを全力でかつ優雅にやっていけばいいんだ
I mean, because if I had to guess, this is just the. By the way, take
静かに移りゆく遠い記憶の中思い出に寄り添いながら君を思えるならいつも見慣れてる窓辺に映ったその瞳は明日を向いていた朝から得る定めとしても遠くない心から信じている静かに移りゆく遠い記憶の中君と過ごした証は確かにここにある溢れ出す気持ちを教えてくれたからこの世界がなくなっても私はそこにいる
like there's not there's less far fewer actual just straight villains than we
こういう
think.
結界ですって。
貴様はこの俺が手ずから殺す。
望みは世界征服だった10兆円
so. I guess the other thing, I have a thought about the next time on, but real quick, the other thing I guess that also puts me in it, we see him being a doting father and a loving husband, and concerned about their safety. He did also give his other daughter away. So regardless of what you might think, he did give Sakura to the Mataos because of their family's allegiance from the past or whatever.
Correct.
We didn't see any fight there. It just got told to us. That's why I was so separated in my head that these three were with him. Because, like, that guy would never give his daughter away. Gave his daughter away. So,
13.
otherwise, thought about the next time on.
Next time on,
There is one thing that I know about
Okay.
Fate Zero.
yes.
And it's literally why, or the main reason why, I wanted to bring you in to do all of these. Once I saw the next time on, when I did this episode solo myself, it's like, oh shit, it's that episode. The one episode I know something about only because I saw it once in a video about great anime moments.
Oh.
So the next time on suggested to me that that's the thing that I heard somebody talking about before in a great anime moments video, the Grail dialogue, and it's like, oh, that would be such a huge disservice if I reacted to that by myself. That is a conversation piece with a lot of back and forth moments I could have with somebody.
Yeah.
I need somebody else's opinion here.
Okay. So, I think Fate Zero is taking the focus on Arthur Pendragon very literal. As the main character. Because if you look, there is 13 Knights of the Round Table, if you include Arthur. And if we break this down, you have Arthur, Lancer, Berserker. I am not counting Caster as one of the knights.
Well, of course not. Merlin was just an advisor.
I'm counting Merlin as the
Technically,
Morgan
Arthur
Le
wouldn't
Fay.
have been born if it wasn't for Merlin, but you know.
Yes. Then you have Rider, Archer, Assassin. So we're at 6. Throw in Kiri, Takomi, Waver, one of the 2 of Kitsurugi or Irisvale, Kiryua, Kaneth, because I think Kaneth is showing that he's not going to be a bad guy. And I actually did include both Irisvale, Kitsurugi, and there was one.
Just to be clear, you're not counting the assassins, right? Too. You said you wouldn't count Caster, but you didn't say anything about assassin.
I'm counting assassin was on that list.
Because remember, assassin is like 30 people.
I'm aware. There are more stand-ins for one of the Knights of the Round Table.
Well, that's why I thought you weren't going to count assassin, because I thought you were going up to 13. And when you have one person who's 30 people, it's kind of...
That 30 people is counting as a stand-in for one of them, as in like one of the classical roles.
Okay. Just going back over this. Hold on, let me bring up the board here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Was she one?
Yep.
10. Oh, let me try this over. 11, 12?
And 13.
Okay, I'm just confirming you were having him in 12. Because if you're going with Arthurian legend,
Yes.
whatnot, would this not be Mordred and fuck, I can't remember the Mordred's assistant's name.
But Mordred is listed as a Knight of the Round Table.
Mordred is? I don't think that's right.
Yes.
Mordred's not a knight.
It says that there are 13 Knights of the Round Table, and Mordred is listed.
Because I would argue that these represent the antagonists to King Arthur. I don't agree with you on this, but I'm in on the theory to try and help you out here.
Yeah.
Or not help you out to discuss it. That Maya down here would be a Knight of the Round Table before these 3. These 3 would represent the antagonists to the Round Table.
Maya's a squire.
No, I mean, you're counting her, and she is the replacement. It's a squire. The problem with metaphor is that everything can be read in different ways. I would argue that she would be the Merlin then, because she is the caster support who is the advice giver that's not listened to and is kind of like the moral compass, whereas she is the battle up. And she protects.
The only switch I might make would be having over here be the Merlin branch, but Merlin being used as an antagonistic force.
Or arguably that would be
being
Mordred.
Morgan Le Fay.
I mean, arguably that would be Mordred. I don't know. See,
But
I don't think so then, because I think that makes her Lancelot, technically.
no, because we have Lancelot right here.
No. See, again, the problem with metaphor is, look, we have Lancelot right here, and everyone is
No,
technically...
it's not even that. The only way that she would be Lancelot is if Kenneth was the person that the story focused on.
She is Lancelot in the relationship tree of Kenneth, her, and Lancer.
I'll give her.
In
I'll
that,
give you
yeah,
that.
or I mean, maybe Guinevere, but she is too. God damn it, what's the word? Not gun ho. I use gun ho as a replacement because my brain never gets there. She is too in control. She is the power dynamic of that relationship, which makes her the Lancelot, and it makes him Guinevere because he is the receptacle of which it's being thrown into. See, the problem here is that literally this board, I could replace every one of these pictures with Guinevere and Lancelot, because that's all this is. We are 17 turtles deep on Guinevere-Lancelot relationships in this show.
Yeah.
Now, anything else?
No. The episode was a great setup, as was said, for future Fate series.
I feel like we're like one step away from making a second Fate board that is just every Lancelot Guinevere interaction, just like crazy hand drawn lines. This is the sane version of character connectivity versus the insane one, which is, well, technically Sol is a Guinevere to Kenneth, but a Lancelot to Lancer, but in the grand scheme of things, might be a Merlin to Kenneth, but a...
But like, so the reason why this stuck out to me is because if you have Saber, who is Arthur, and you have Lancelot here, this means that Lancer is the knight who is actually like the right hand most loyal that doesn't betray.
Was the point of last episode.
Exactly. Then you get like, so I think everyone else is set up to have their role.
Again, that's why I keep going back to that's the problem with metaphor, is that every time you stop and think about it for a second, everything fits in with anything you want to say. I have to wonder right now if maybe we're not biased to Arthurian legend, and like if we knew more of Alexander the Great's story, if everything was just Alexander the Great, Well, it turns out that Alexander the Great's riding companion really had this kind of back and forth relationship with him.
We need to make a board for each and every one of the servants as to how the other people relate to them in their story.
Yeah, it would be crazy if the author found 7 different historical figures that each mirrored each other in their own legacies.
That would be incredible.
I mean, obviously it can't be, though. Well, although...
Oh, no.
Although, if you think about it...
but it's unlikely.
If you think about it, Castor does have this whole thing about Joan of Arc, so he does kind of have that relationship brewing. It's obviously an unrequited love, but... So... Does that make King Arthur...
God, what did I start?
Does that make King Arthur in the Castor Saber relationship, and there's actually a Joan of Arc that would be Guinevere?
That
would make Castor Lancelot. Again, like I said, there's this like weird pie graph of how much. You make the chart. Okay, this one's Lancer to this person, Guinevere to this person, King Arthur to this one, and then you can do a mathematical pie chart of how Lancer is this character.
If somebody in the comments knows more about Arthurian legend to weigh on this, do it. Or any of the other ones.
Oh, I think I can hit this undo button and show the only thing I had to delete. Nope. I added the white line after I deleted it. That's right, that's what I goes to. The only thing that I had to get rid of to make this visible to you was I had a red line connecting Rin to Ryunosuke. Because that's the only thing that happens this episode.
Got it.
Alright. Well, anything else you want to add? Not Lancelot, Guinevere, or King Arthur related?
No, I'm good.
Alright. Well, it's going to be another month so you get this. So, hope you remember all of these theories. Until then, though, I have been Theta. This has been Justin. We've been Stone-Faced Reactions, and we'll catch you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Hey everybody, thanks for watching another Stone-Faced Reactions. If you have an idea of another video we could go ahead and watch, go ahead and put it in the comments down below and we'll add it to the wheel. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe and let us know what you thought about this video and what parts you liked. And until then, we'll see you next time. Is this too goofy?